Oh my God. Boys and girls, you are not going to believe this. I've been talking to y'all for like 10 minutes, not realizing that I am such a freaking YouTube streaming noob that when I thought I clicked go live, that, oh God. Okay, that is not the same, and we're going to have to... Boys and girls, let's just send that to there. Oh my God. Yeah, so I've been talking to you guys, responding to comments, and nobody's seeing it because I didn't click the go live button. I'm just looking here at the page, and what a freaking idiot. Oh my God. Well, so many announcements that I've already made that you guys have no idea about. Oh Lord, stingy, stingy, sting. Yeah. That's a good throwback to the Daniel. That was an old video. That's like 3 frames ago. Holy crap. That's more than 3 frames ago, actually. That was the R5. So many announcements that I've already made that you guys have the X-Hover idea about. I don't even know. That was an old freaking frame. That's a good reference, though. Yeah. That's a good throwback. Oh my God. How have you guys been? It has been a minute since I did some live streaming. Dude, I can't believe that I've been talking to that, been making announcements, and y'all been seeing nothing. So, all right. I just want to address a couple of things. Number one, back to the first super chat. Monkey called it. He was like, bring back the popcorn and props. Popcorn and props is coming back. Starting this week, I am going to be streaming Sunday nights, sharing the videos that you guys submit, hanging out with you guys, and talking over on Discord. Now, it's not going to be the old Quad Camp Discord server. It's going to be on the Stinger Swarm Discord server, which, you know what? I don't think I have a link in the description here. I do have, yeah. Crap. I'm not going to get all bent out of shape on that. I'll get it one in a second. Let's see if I can do it real quick. Discord. So yeah, I've got a Stinger Swarm Discord server, and we will be doing the voice chat while we hang out and watch the videos over there. Now, part of that is going to tie in with my new Patreon, which Monkey also, not only did he hit the super chat, but he was the first person to sign up for the new Patreon. I'm launching a new Patreon this week. Holy cow. So I've got a couple of things that are going on with the Patreon. There are many tiers. There's a lower tier that's going to get you into any of the giveaways that I do. I have some stuff to give away. You know what? My first goal is to just make it to the first 100 Patreons, or first 100 patrons, and I was going to just shout everybody out. You know what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and change that and make it the first, so the first 100 patrons, I'm going to do my first giveaway. I'm not going to announce what it is yet, but it's going to be cool, and I'll tell you what, it's a backpack. How about that? I'm going to give away a backpack. An FPV backpack. So if you want to get in on that giveaway, go ahead and sign up for the Stinger Swarm patron. Now, there's a couple of different tiers. Number one is the $2 a month if you just want to kind of support what I'm doing and get involved into those into the giveaways, as well as doing the voice chat for various things. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to split up for the popcorn and props. We're just going to have to wait and see and play that by ear, how that works out. But I do have a tier where I'm going to give away a bunch of swag on the patrons. God, I can't even talk tonight. I'm going to give away a bunch of swag to patrons. The first thing I'm giving away are these Stinger Swarm koozies. So if you sign up at the Swarm level, I'm going to go ahead and send you a Stinger Swarm koozie. It's sweet. It's heather gray. It's got like pretty stitching and a nice Stinger Swarm logo. So if you're into that sort of thing and you'd like to get one, that is the easiest way to do it, is go ahead and sign up on my Patreon. Now I'm going to leave the highest tier for a little bit later of an announcement, and get back to... Yeah, I did have a little bit of feedback a minute ago because I forgot to turn off the computer volume. I already fixed that. I don't have any new props coming out. The S5s are coming, if you guys aren't aware of that. Now, the one thing, I don't have an ethics backpack to give away. I don't want to say exactly what backpack it is. We're going to announce the backpack. You know what? I might just give away multiple backpacks because I've got a couple. One of them is used. Is that wrong to give away a used backpack? I don't even know. You guys tell me in the comments if I should like just not give away the used backpack. But I've got a new backpack and a used one. So, yeah, not doing any of the, not giving away any frames right now. But speaking of the frames, I have word from Daniel that the frames are en route to Xhover, so they should be shipping very, very soon. I can't believe that it has gotten pushed back this late. Thank you for that, Mr. Gauss. Mr. Gauss. $2 for the super chat. I super appreciate it. And yeah, the frames were supposed to be here late August, but it has just been delayed and delayed. We did get the first shipment of about 20 frames, and we sent those out to the first people who pre-ordered. So there are like a handful of people out there who have gotten their Stinger Swarm or the Stingy V2 Forged Carbon Edition, but not all of them are out. The big shipment of a bunch of frames that are going to fill out all the pre-orders, etc., are still coming. I thought that we were going to get them like yesterday and ship out, but I haven't heard from Daniel. Hopefully I get a text today or tomorrow saying, hey, your frames are in the mail, because I've got a big order of Stingy frames coming in the mail. Now, why would you ask? Why do you ask that I have a large order? The reason is I am doing Stinger Swarm custom built quads. That's right. I'm going to be building. I'm going to be doing all the little tweaks to the frame, to the antennas, to everything, so that it is just like the quads that I fly. I'm going to tune them. I'm going to put my rates on it and do a test flight of it and then sell them to you guys. Now, as part of this, I'm going to be doing a build video showing exactly how I set up my quads. I'm going to be doing a new tuning video. Now, I did a tuning video back in the day that was where I went over how I tuned my PIDs, and I've done a video where how I found my best rates, and then I did another video which was like some of the newer beta flight settings and modern beta flight tuning. But I want to revisit and kind of roll all those into one, which is just a video on how I set up beta flight and a revisit to PID tuning for 2019. As well as, just finding the sweet spot for these builds and showing you guys exactly what it is. Now, the very quad that is going to be part of the build video and that I'm going to fly for the tuning session on that, I'm going to be selling that quad. I only have 2 more frames that are going to, so I only have 2 quads from the first round that are not already spoken for and paid for. I'm going to have to talk to somebody and figure out like whose it is that I'm gonna fly, etc. for the video. But if you wanted to get the very one that I use in the tune video, just let me know. Don't do it in the comments because I'm never gonna see that crap. But like, shoot me a message on Instagram or on Facebook. I've been doing a lot better about keeping up with my message responses over there. And let me know that you're interested, and I will hit you up with the details. Now, what is gonna be in these builds, you might ask? That's why I grabbed the bag. I know somebody's like, is the bag signed? Or wait, maybe they're talking about the backpack I'm gonna give away. If you guys want me to sign the backpack I give away, I will totally sign it. I got some silver Sharpies and everything. So, going into these builds, first of all, it's gonna be decked out in TBS gear. We have TBS Unify Pro 32 high voltage VTXs. Look at that big old stack. I got Crossfire, the Crossfire Nano receivers. I got Immortal T's. I used to always use the stock antennas, and I still like the stock antennas, but I've got a new mounting solution for these Immortal T's where I have, using the new mounting solution, I've yet to even knock the end cap off of one. It's practically indestructible. And so before, when I'd mount them on the back and stuff, they would always get knocked off. I'll show you guys a picture, or I'll grab a quad and show you guys in a second. Flight controller. we're running the Radix from Brain FPV. It's the full-size Radix paired up with a Hobbywing 60 amp 4-in-1 ESC. And let's see. Oh yeah. So with that 4-in-1 60 amp, we're running 6S. Yes, these builds are 6S, and it is a Lumineer 2207 1750 kV motors. I've been running these and loving them. I've actually been running them with the Poooh Pro, and I've been liking it a lot. The only downside I've had with the Poooh Pro to date is the fact that S3s, S4s are not compatible with Poooh. So that's kind of, I've been having to miss out on those. That's why I went ahead and did the bolt down for the builds that I'm doing for you guys. That way you get to run those sweet, sweet Ethics props. For the FPV cam, I got that Runcam Micro Eagle I think it's a V2 from the Lumineer edition. It's pretty sweet and white. And a bunch of 3D printed goodies from my buddy Quad 3D. Boom. So that's what's going on with these builds. And yeah, so 6S setup, and I am working on trying to include some batteries for guys that are new to 6S, but I don't have all the details worked out on that. And, you know, just stay tuned. I'll let you guys know when I know what I'm going to be able to throw in with this exactly. Now, the why do Ethics props not do Poooh? That is an excellent question, because Poooh is really, really sweet. The reason that Ethics does not do Poooh is because the Poooh system requires the hub to be a specific height in order to have enough material for those ball bearings to grip it. And what steel really wants is the lowest amount of weight that is spinning. It's kind of like with cars with unsprung weight. I get where he's coming from. It allows the motors to spool up with less effort and faster, and to also spool down, and it makes for a much more responsive quad. They do fly amazing, but you give up the ability to do Poooh. You give up the ability to do Poooh. Now, I'm kind of torn. I really like Poooh. I really like the S4s. I want to try out the S5s. So I don't know, but I also have been really liking the HQ 5.1 by a various pitch, basically the 5.1 V1S tri-blades. Those props are super sweet, running everything from the 3.1s up to about the 4.6s and everything in between, just depending on what it is that I'm flying that day. Ooh, that's a good point, Chris Quad. Doesn't the prop nut add that weight back anyways? Huh. Well, now you got me thinking. I wonder how much added weight is... I wonder if Poooh Pro adds any weight. Well, it's already cutting off a bunch of the shaft and the nut. Huh. I'm going to have to get out my scales, my handy dandy scales, and measure some stuff and figure out exactly which one weighs what. Dang. If I had the, all of my Poooh Pro motors are down in the car because I keep my spare motors in the car. So when I bust a motor in the field, I've got them ready to go. Ooh, you know what? I do have a spare. I have one in my bag. I'm really curious now. Hang on. Okay, so before I do the weighing, I have this, my whole coffee making rig is set up here. This is my coffee scale where I do my pour overs and stuff in the morning. That's right, I'm a coffee snob. But I wanted to show you guys the mounts that I've been doing with my Immortal T antennas. Now this one is blue. The one that you guys get will be a different color. And this is a hodgepodge frame. It's just the one I grabbed off the quad, off my bag, and it's a mix of like carbon fiber and forged carbon prototype. It doesn't look that great, but you can see that what it is, it bolts onto where the standoff bolts on the underside, and it allows you to keep your Immortal T centered there underneath. Now, if you look here, when it bends up, it's like impossible for it to get in the props, because as soon as it's at the height to be in the props, it's no longer in the prop line. So I've yet to have a prop strike when turtle moding, etc. Every other Immortal T mount ends up getting caught in the props in turtle mode, etc. With that setup, it's basically become like indestructible. All right, we got a super chat. Okay, so when am I or Rotor Riot headed to Denver? I am not associated with Rotor Riot whatsoever anymore. I'm not a team pilot. I'm not a cast member. I'm not an employee. I don't fuck with them. So I don't know when Rotor Riot is headed to Denver, but I would love to go to Denver, although I don't have any specific plans as to when that would be. I don't know. You guys got any events coming up? You got a reason for me to get excited and come to Denver? Like, let me know, and maybe we can do something. All right. So I got a Poooh Pro edition of the zip motor, and this is the exact same stator size and KV. It's the same motor. The only difference is one is Poooh Pro and one is the bolt-on, and I'm just gonna weigh them to get the difference. Hopefully somebody in the chat knows the weight difference between the props. I guess I can find props too. Whatever, we'll do that. All right, so scale on. So the Poooh Pro motor, 34.8 grams. And that's with all the leads, you know, I'm not trimming the leads. And a bolt-on, 34.8 grams, 34.6. So it appears that the, well, let's just make sure that these motor wire links are roughly the same, which they are. I think that is a negligible difference. And it appears that the weight, you don't really save any weight by going to Poooh Pro. You actually gain a fraction of a gram, like about 0.2 grams, give or take. So our whole theory about the weight savings of the S3s and S4s being offset by the need to run a prop nut is not valid. So you get a lighter weight motor and a lighter weight prop that way around. But we're going to be doing bolt-ons in the Stinger Swarm Stingy builds anyways, so it doesn't matter that much. Monkey. Yeah, I don't know. We're going to just steer clear of the whole Rotor Riot thing, because it's not going to end in a good place. The discussion or Rotor Riot, what do you know? Anyways, so back to the thing at hand. So we talked about the Stinger Swarm builds that I got coming up. We've talked about a little bit about the Patreon, the return of popcorn and props that is coming, and hang on a second. Yeah, I did. I thought I'd let one of the super chats slip, but no, I got to it. So yes, there is a return of popcorn and props coming. The Patreon is up and running, so if you guys would like to support me, would like to be entered into the giveaways that I got coming, first giveaway is going to happen once we hit 100 patrons, and all you got to do to get to be eligible, I got to look into the rules on this. I think that Patreon doesn't like for you to give away things to just all the patrons. You have to do like a post and make people comment on it or something. I don't know. I'll keep you guys updated, but it's going to be open to patrons for the giveaway. I will be giving away an FPV backpack as soon as we hit that 100 patron mark. So sign up and help me get to that point. And also, if you just want some sweet koozies, for the $15 a month, I'm going to be sending out lots of merch. I've already been talking to various people about lots of cool things to do. Hopefully going to be including some grip heading out to you guys. You know, I don't want to call it like a quad box or anything like that, but I want to think of it as sort of thing where I find a cool FPV thing to share with you guys every month. And to start it off, I'm gonna be shipping out Stinger Swarm koozies to anybody that signs up at the Swarm level. So if you want one of these sweet koozies, go on over to Patreon and do that. Am I making my own motors? I am working on my own motors. I have been waiting on prototypes for that longer than I've been waiting on forged carbon, it feels like. Yes, I've been working on my own line of motors. I don't know about line. My own pro motor, I guess you would say. But just needing to hear about the... Yeah, just waiting on prototypes. I've given them all the specs. I've told them what I want in terms of color. I've got the bell design. I've got like all of the sketches up. They just got to make it and send it to me. I don't know why it's taken so freaking long. Yes, UmRlS is awesome. And by the way, the grip that's on all of the Stinger Swarm frames is UmRlS. So have I been messing with the DJI goggles at all? Dude, So the DJI goggles, I do have them, and no, I've not been messing with it. I am not a fan. I've flown it a few times to do the videos that I made, and pretty much set it aside other than I bring it out with me every time, because whenever I fly with somebody new, I'm like, hey, do you want to try it? And they put it on and they fly it and they're like, oh yeah, I see, that's neat, but I'm going to keep doing my thing. So everyone whose hands I've put it in has not been that impressed. Like, I hate to say it. Is it good? Yes. Is it better than the Clearview was? Yes. Is it something that most people are going to want for their everyday quad? I'm not sure that it is. Yeah. I want to like it more than I do, but you know, what up, Scott? Thank you so much. You know what? I think, I'm not going to worry about it right now in the live stream. But yeah, the other problem is that it is currently on a setup that is not flying its best. I need to get a frame that is more appropriate for it, because it's like mounted on the top of the quad and I'm afraid of bashing it. So Daniel told me he's going to send me out a blaster frame, which will house it a little bit better. You just have to remove 2 standoffs. And I'm going to move everything over into that and put some fresh motors on it so that it'll actually fly, and quit running it. Because right now the air unit is mounted where my GoPro goes, so I don't even get to do the GoPro with it. And I'm sorry, but the footage from the air unit is nice try, DJI. It is an interesting video transmission device, but it is not ideal for recording footage. Okay, I'm gonna leave that one hid, skadoosh. Come on, man. So yeah, I would like to get a cleaner setup with a little bit better protected air unit, so that I'm not terrified that the first crash is going to kill the air unit for me. But I'm also not in a huge rush to fly it or to get it into like a sweet rig, because it's just got so many problems. Like, you can't run it on 6S, so you're going to need like a 12-volt regulator. I don't run anything on 4S anymore. I had 2 batteries, 2 4S packs, and it requires a 4S for the goggles and a 4S for the quad. And so when I was making those videos, I would have to bring out my charger and set it up and charge like non-stop in order to get more than one flight. What up, Harold? Thank you. So yeah, not totally crazy. Have I tried FetTech? I have not tried the FetTech. I've seen a couple of questions about the TBS Fusion. Yes, I've had the Fusion actually since I'm drawing a blank. The multi-GP thing, the International Open. I got one of the prototypes from Trappy at the International Open, and so I was a beta tester and was telling them what to do, what needed fixing, etc. And that's part of the reason that I haven't made a video on it, is because when it was brand new, before everybody did the So I see. I totally screwed that up. I'm just realizing something. I did fix the echo, but I had sent the audio so it wouldn't come out of the speakers, but I accidentally sent it to the thing that was putting it back into the stream. So thankfully, I clicked something trying to make a Discord link. I'm just realizing that my screw-ups have like compounded to be a fix. Anyways, so I've had the... I'm such a scatterbrain, guys. If you haven't already noticed, it's true. I'm just all over the place. The Fusion, I've had it since the very first firmware. I even had to send it off so that they could put a firmware build on it that would allow me to flash it through Agent X, and then they sent it back to me. And when I first got it, it was great. When I sent it off and it came back, there were some issues, and they've been working through and fixing those over time. But when I first got it back, like, it literally wasn't usable, and I had to go back to the rapid fire. And so I had a little bit of an issue with trust with the Fusion because of that. Now, I will say that at this point, I have been running just the Fusion for a good little bit. And in my experience, it has performed just as well as the rapid fire in terms of RF performance. Now, it's been a minute since I've put them on back to back. I should probably do that again. But at the first couple of firmwares, during the beta testing phase, guys, it was letting me down, and I was just wanting to make sure that it was at a stage where it was, you know, ready for prime time before I made a video. I didn't want to make a video about it if it wasn't something that I felt confident in, like, suggesting for you guys. Now, while we're on the subject of Team Black Sheep, I do want to say that I have been testing another goodie, one that I would love to show you, because this one I really love, but I can't. I asked Trappy just the other day if I could be showing it around, and he said no, it's still top secret. I mean, it's not top secret, like, everybody knows it's coming, but it's not... I'm not allowed to show it. So I'm not going to show it, but I will talk about it a little bit. And that's the Tango 2. And the Tango 2 is freaking sweet. I'm just saying. I don't know what the price is going to be on it, but I'm helping them work out some of the bugs. It's just like little things like this different pages of the menu not lining up right, or the scrolling working in the wrong direction, like little things. But the Tango 2 is coming soon, and oh my god, I have been loving it. The new module, I think you're talking about the Fusion. Mighty Thor, are you talking about TBS's new module? That is the Fusion. If there's a couple of people who are asking about Bitefrost. I don't know anything about Bitefrost. Fat Shark has not passed along any info to me about the upcoming their upcoming HD system. I know that they thought they were close to release, and then they've decided that they want to work on it a little bit longer after seeing the DJI system. So yeah. Dang, what is up, Critwell? I have not seen that fool in a minute. Holy crap. Well, I take that back. I see you playing Smash Brothers every time I pick up my Switch. But other than that, like, I don't see me some Critwell. I am still using the Nirvana on... So, I've got the Nirvana on one quad, and I've got the Tango 2 on another quad. I don't want to switch everything over to the Tango 2, because I'm just afraid that I'm going to find a bug with it, and it's going to, like... You know, it's very much still a beta product, and I'm not really pushing it just yet. What up? Thank you for the new patron. That is awesome. How tightly do the ND filters you have in your description fit on a Hero 7 Black? Yeah, okay, real quick. The firmware that I have on my Fusion is 25, and 25 is doing me well. Be sure that when you flash it, that you go and then do the calibration. And when you do the calibration, make sure that you are on F4. Thank you, Brian Holcomb, for the patron sub. How tightly do the ND filters fit on the Hero 7 Black? They fit really tight. Are they going to come off in a crash? Possibly. More than likely, in a crash, they're going to just break. So I run my ND filters pretty rarely. Only when I'm doing stuff that I know that I'm either A, not going to crash, like building dives, or B, if I'm going to crash, it's not going to matter. The footage is more important, like a professional, like filming type gig. I have not tried emu flight. Honestly, that is the first I have heard of emu flight. I am not the best at keeping up with the latest news in FPV. I'm usually too busy playing my Nintendo Switch. Speaking of which, Critwell, no, I haven't beat your level. I need to go back and like revisit it because I've gotten a lot better at playing Mario Maker, but holy crap, Critwell has an absurdly difficult he's got an absurdly difficult level in Mario Maker. If you don't know what Mario Maker is, it is like one of the coolest 2D platforming games to come out in a minute. You get to design your own level, but I have yet to design a single level. I just love playing 2D platformers, and so I go in there and just play the crap out of everybody else's levels. So yeah, we can show that one. Sorry, just doing a little bit of moderation over here. That's good to go. All right. I know I gotta beat it. Holy crap. A new portion of the TBS Fusion board with it. Oh, I haven't heard anything about the customer support for the Fusion or updates or anything that they're sending out. I haven't heard a word about that. I've been staying off of social media mostly lately, other than like my occasional post. I've had some family stuff going on, but thankfully most of that is resolved and I am back at it. Got some new edits to be working on this week, as well as these live streams and firing up the Twitch, not the Twitch, the Patreon and everything else. Let's see what else. A medium type 3D print is. I've never had that problem, Red October. I'm not even exactly sure what it is that you're describing there. Tango 2, when is the release? Well, when Trappy told me he was sending it to me, he said that he wanted me to test the crap out of it for 2 weeks and then they were going to release it. Now, it has already been more than 2 weeks. Do I think that I think it's more likely to be in the next month or two, but I can't really speak to that. All I can do is play with it and then tell them what's wrong, and it's up to them on how long it takes to iron out all of the little kinks. But I will say that I love the Tango 2, and I'm ready to switch over everything to it. So when the Tango 2 drops, I will be ready with not only setup videos, I'm going to be ready with mod videos, showing you guys how I've modded mine to exactly how I want. Yeah, the Discord, I'm not doing the live stream with the Discord right now. Tonight, I just wanted to keep it super simple, come in here and talk with you guys and just do the YouTube thing. Now, I will be doing more Discord integration with the live streams going forward. In particular, the Popcorn and Props streams on Sunday. That will be with voice integration on Discord where we hang out and everybody's talking, etc. Yes, Adam Reynolds, I am selling quads that I build, tune, etc. If you're interested in one of those, shoot me a message over on Instagram. What up, Greg? We got a member of the Swarm. You got a koozie coming to you and lots more great stuff in the future. Thank you for that. Dang, another one, Knox. Hell yeah, thanks, bro. I'm going to get those shipped out tomorrow. What else? Only reason I'm keeping the HDOs in case Bite Frost is a killer. If not, they're gone. I disagree with that. Dang, everybody's signing up for that Swarm. Bro, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Popcorn and Props is coming back, Cretwell. This Sunday is going to be the first one. I will announce the time. What do you guys think works better, 8 p.m. or 10 p.m.? Like, I did the Popcorn and Props at 10, but, like, I don't know. People got to work on Monday, so I don't know if that's too late or what. But I felt like it was a little bit easier on West Coast folks. So y'all let me know what you think. Yeah. Too bad that you don't fly anymore, Critwell. It would be nice if we had some fresh Critwell videos to watch. Did you sell all your gear? I saw you like posting pictures of it saying, I'm not going to look at this in forever. Yeah, I don't think... So, Russell Baker. I don't think famous pilots being cagey on the DJI system stuff is because of analog money. Wait, is that what somebody else said? I can't keep up with all the messages. I'll tell you right now, I get zero money on analog stuff. TBS is not paying me for Fusions sold, nor is Fat Shark for Fat Shark sold. I'm just telling you guys what it is that I use. Now, all of that, I will admit, all of those things were given to me for free. I got my HDOs from Fat Shark. Those were given to me. The Fusion was given to me. The Rapid Fire was given to me. The DJI system was given to me by DJI. So all of those things have been given to me for my review. But the things that I am continuing to use are what I'm continuing to use. Nobody's like holding my feet to a fire to keep using their stuff, nor is anyone paying me to use their stuff. But we won't go into that. There are some people who are being paid, and it's not the analog. Just saying. God. I'm going to get myself in trouble over here. Guilt well, that's right. Oh my God, that's funny. What else? All right. I think that I covered all the bases. No! Okay. Oh my God. I left out like the biggest one. So there is another tier on the Patreon, and that is going to be a very special tier. It's going to be a short-term status. I don't anticipate anyone signing up for this tier and continuing like month after month at this level, but I will be bringing back my Part 107 educational content. So anybody that's looking to get their Part 107 certification, I am your guy. I spent 10 years as an airline pilot. I'm a certified flight instructor, certified ground instructor with the FAA. I've been doing this crap for years. I know my way around a sectional chart. Dang, LJ FPV. Thank you, homie. Huge shout out. I am failing on the... Okay. I figured out where to watch the... All right. Is the Tango 2 suitable for a hybrid pincher? I am not a pincher. I'm a thumber, but I have held it in the hybrid pinch position, and it feels well. I can't say for sure that it's great for that, etc. But yeah. So back to the Part 107 stuff. I am your guy. I'm not going to be doing it as like a weekly stream on my YouTube channel. Like back in the Quad Camp days, every week I was doing a stream. We're going to do it a little bit different. Where what I want to do is once a month do a completely public stream here on YouTube where I'll pick something to go over, whether it's airspace, regulations, weather, you name it. We're going to go through it. I'm going to do a breakdown just like I would do for someone who is going for their private pilot's license, and I'm going to explain all of the things that are on a sectional chart to you, or I'm going to go over how to read aviation weather briefings and do an in-depth breakdown of that information, and that'll be only once a month on the public YouTube. But for the people who really want to get their Part 107 and sign up for the course, I'm going to be doing a weekly patron-only stream. So we're going to go over the material over and over again, and along with a Q&A session on the voice chat with anybody that's signed up for the Part 107 through my Patreon. You're going to get to pick my brain. I'm going to make myself available to you so that if you're reviewing a written question at any point in time, time and you have a question, you can message me, your flight instructor, and I will be there to answer your questions and make sure that you are able to pass your Part 107 written exam. Now, like I said, most of that is going to be taken care of on Patreon just for the people that sign up for it. But I do want to have some of that stuff out from behind the paywall. So there will be stuff on YouTube. So if you just want to do it the cheap and dirty way to get your Part 107, you can check out the live streams that will happen once a month on here. Yo, Brad Jackson, thank you for that patron sign up. Okay, got a couple of questions. So for the Part 107, there is a specific 107 level on the Patreon, and it is pricey. I understand it's way pricier than most things on Patreon, but I am making myself available to you guys a lot more than I typically would because I want to help people actually pass and get their Part 107 certification. So that's $50 a month, and ideally what you will do is sign up for that and only do it for like a month, and in that month, knock out your Part 107. Now, just a heads up, guys, my Patreon, because I set it up a while ago, testing things out when I was doing the quad camp, I selected where it charges you now, and then it will charge you on the first as well, because that's what we were doing with quad camp. But you can't ever turn that off once you've turned it on, and I didn't feel like doing a whole new Patreon. So that is the way it is, but it also applies because I'm going to be sending koozies and stuff, and so all these people that have signed up for the Swarm, koozies are going out tomorrow, and assuming that you put your address in and all of that stuff. So if you're signing up today, it's going to sign up and pay today, and it'll pay on the 1st. So please don't do the 107 today, because I'm not going to do a patron-only 107 stream between now and the 1st. But come the 1st, we're going to start the weekly Part 107 live streams for the 107 patrons, as well as the monthly, once a month, over here on YouTube for everybody else, where we talk about Part 107 issues, right? So, all right. All of that said, how do I forgot. It's been a minute since I did like links. All right, let's create a link. Copy that. Never expire. No limit on the use. Copy that. Copy that. Sorry, I have totally failed at getting the Discord link up. Oh my god. And I also... Alright, give me just a second, guys, while I get this Discord link into the description. Boom. Okay. Discord link is in the description now. And what the hell? I'll drop one over here on the chat as well. Okay. Whoa, I've gotten so far behind on chat. Yeah, we have been going for 43 minutes, Guillermo. I do have my ham license as well. I don't know the ham stuff as good as I know. Like, the Part 107 stuff, I know all of the aviation weather, the regulations, the charts, the weather phenomenon. I know that stuff like backwards and forwards. I could just start rambling stuff off to you right this second. With the ham radio stuff, I have some basic understanding, but it's not the same level. So I wouldn't feel really comfortable doing a ham license course. But I do have my ham. I am a certified radio operator. Yes, you would have been allowed to link the Discord, Critwell. Boom. Okay. I think I'm all caught up. Mostly. Yeah, I answered the question about the Tango 2 for hybrid. All right. So now I believe that I have talked about all of the major announcements that I had in mind. So, questions. Anybody got some stuff they want to talk about? What's new in FP? What is this EMU FPV or the EMU flight? Is that like a real thing, or is it like, I don't know, is it more real than butterfly? I guess that is my question. Two-stroke. I never got the full OSD working with the DJI goggles. You got to connect through a UART, and I had issues because I was doing it with Flight 1 and I gave up. If I had like a full Betaflight stack with the Radix, etc., I'm pretty sure I could get it working, but I did not. Do kids need a ham license? That is a good question. Oh, Emu Flight is the new Butterflight. Is that for real? Are they like rolling Butterflight into Emu Flight? Please, somebody tell me that is true. Yes. So if you are operating a quad with one of the VTXs like a TBS Unify, etc., that is unlocked, then you need to have a FCC ham license. Now, does your kid have to? No, not necessarily. If you have it, then you're just technically the operator, etc. I would say it's higher than that, dividing by 0. More people should get their ham license though. Like, honestly, guys, it's super easy. You learn so much about RF. When you go and get your ham license, you're going to learn why we use the antennas that we use, how some of the bounce signals are working. You're going to learn about blading. You're going to learn about what to expect penetration wise from your stuff. Like, if you ever wonder why the Atlanta crew was so good at, flying around all of these crazy places, it was because we all took our ham license, we got a basic understanding of RF, and were able to go to a location and be like, oh yeah, that's the best place to stand because of all of these things that we learned from getting our ham license. So while you can illegally operate FPV and keep going, you're going to learn a lot of information from getting your ham license. And I kind of got into it, honestly, as a little minor hobby. I got myself a handheld little Baofeng, and I hop on the local repeaters on occasion. They actually have on Thursday nights here in Atlanta, they do a tech, what do they call it? Basically a meetup on the repeater, and they talk about cool new technology, and that's where I learned about like software defined radio and all this other stuff. So like people that are into ham radios are actually very similar to people that are into mini quads. And if you take your ham license, you may find that you have like a whole other new little hobby. So yeah. What else? Yeah, nobody polices the milliwatts, but I mean, like I said, if you're getting into FPV, aren't you like kind of into like learning about cool stuff anyways? Like what? I don't know. I'm all about like learning stuff and expanding my brain power. So I got my FCC certification before I ever even did my first like FPV flight. I was hot shit at Rampage. What are you talking about? Yeah. Yep. All right. Any other questions? What else? How do you broadcast your call sign with the VTX? If you want to be like super legit, you can put, you know how in the OSD you have a craft name? You can make your call sign the craft name, and then technically you are broadcasting your call sign. And in fact, Joshua Bardwell does that and puts his call sign in the OSD. Yeah. So if you want to be super legal, that's what you do. Yeah, as you continue to go up in power, you do have diminishing returns. What up, James Priest? Thank you for the sign up on the Patreon. You the man. Yes, I am shouting everybody out. Let's see, how are we doing on Patreon over here? Are we getting close to the 100 patron mark? I doubt we are. 13. I mean, I'm going to take 13 and be happy with it. But once we get to 100, I'm giving away you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and tell you. It's the Torval. I'm going to give away a Torval FPV bag when I hit 100 patrons. So, what the hell is that? That was weird. You probably couldn't even hear that. But if you guys want to get in on the Torval giveaway, go ahead and sign up for my Patreon. All I got to do is the $2 thing. It's no big deal. Oh, that's the thing with the game of quad with cricket. Like, I can't just, like, it's so hard to come up with something that's just never been done, you know, in empty space. So it's all, like, situational. We got to go somewhere. And I will say cricket is planning a trip to Atlanta on an unannounced date coming up. So when that happens, I think that there may be some more cricket versus Stingy to go around. Oh my god. Yeah, so flying the drift cars with steel was amazing, Guillermo. The signal to the goggles, I didn't have any issues, but I did not run the Fusion at that point. I was not 100% trusting of it because of my experience with some of the beta builds early on. I don't think that the version 25 of the firmware was out. They may have had one, like the earliest version of the firmware, I was getting black bars on a lot of cameras. And I've since gotten it to where it's not an issue on mine. Thank you, Blandon Ray. But with the, when I was at the event, I wasn't using the Fusion, if that's what you were asking. It was just the rapid fire, and the goggle signal was great. Have I thought about doing an interview with Michael Rollins? I have done an interview with Michael Rollins. It is just not aired yet. So there will be a Stinger Swarm Michael Rollins interview coming out, I don't know, whenever he decides to post it. Yeah, I think I answered your question, Guillermo. If you got something more specific, hit me up. I did not use I didn't even have the Tango yet when that event was going on. I got the Tango like a week or so after. It is a lot of fun to fly with drift cars. I agree. I mean, I'm not going to say that I wouldn't say rapid fire for the win. I am liking the Fusion. I don't know. They're both good. They're both really good receivers. I will say that. I think that a lot of the features that you're going to see coming with the Fusion in the future, like when you go to International Open next year, you're going to hands down want to have a Fusion if you're running Crossfire. Because do you guys understand what's happening with the Wi-Fi on this thing? Basically, your goggle module will connect to the Wi-Fi. Your Crossfire will connect to the Wi-Fi. And the timing system is on the Wi-Fi. So you're going to be able to, in an OSD type system, be able to see not only your lap times live, but everybody else in that heat's lap times live. So you'll be able to know how you're stacking up with everybody within that specific heat in your OSD while you're racing. Now, how reasonable is that while actually racing? I don't know. Dang, Laura, hooking up the tacos. Now I'm just going to have to fly down to Mexico to get me some more of the Al Pastor tacos, because you got to get it with the pineapple where they chop it off. It's so good. But yeah, I think that a lot of the stuff that's going to happen with the Fusion in the future is what's going to be some of the really cool stuff. Mm-hmm. Update on my what? Update your. I don't know what you're telling me to update. Put quad stuff in there. Who knows? Yeah, I agree. It is a lot of data. I guess it all depends on how they implement it. I think, you know, one thing that would be neat is if when you finish a lap, like maybe you've got the info really small in the corner where you're not going to really look at it unless you've already crashed out, for instance. But what you could do is if you put make your lap time, it could be like you're first, like you have the best lap time. And then if somebody beats you, have a little thing at the bottom in kind of the same way that they warn you when you have low RSSI or whenever you set up an alarm. You can have it so that if somebody sets a lower lap time than you, that you get an alarm essentially in a place where you'd be able to see it, or just to be able to know. Even maybe we could do different colors, so you get a little red thing, so you wouldn't even have to look and read it. You just know, oh, it's red. Somebody did a better time than me. I think there's a lot of different ways that they'll be able to implement it, so that you don't necessarily have to look away from what you're doing to know that there's pertinent information and know the basis of that information. Even if you don't know that, Vanover's lap time smoked you by 2 seconds, you'll know that, hey, somebody just smoked me because I saw a little red thing flash at the bottom. Two-stroke, I think they could probably get away with that. What firmware am I using? Are you talking about Betaflight there? Well, okay, I am using Betaflight if that's what you're getting at. I am not on Flight 1 these days. But I've been running 4.02 on everything, I think. I'm slow to update. There's probably like 3 new people who are like, that's dumb, you're not on 4.08357. Yeah, no, I'm not. Who's coming up to you on your side behind you? Nobody is coming up behind me. I have been listening to like these ghost podcasts though. If anybody is into podcasts, you've probably heard of Snap Judgment, and if you've heard their like Spooked, which is like the ghost stories, those are a lot of fun. How come I dropped Flight 1? Well, okay, so part of it was there was just a huge drought in equipment for Flight 1. Like, you couldn't find it anywhere, you couldn't buy it, I was running out of gear, and I needed stuff. So that was a big chunk of it. I don't like that. I'm not a fan of there being a bottleneck in the production, and if Preston screws up ordering, then I can't get it. That was not great. Sorry, Preston, but it's true. And so that was one thing. And then another thing is that like Betaflight still flies really good, and I'm not hugely picky. It keeps getting better. Is Flight 1 good? Yeah, Flight 1 is good. It's got a good stick feel. Can I get a good stick feel in Betaflight? Yeah, I can get a great stick feel in Betaflight as well. So, what up, Code Red? So yeah, I've not been doing the Flight 1 for a minute. I've got it on like 1 quad still, but it's only on Flight 1 because I had to flash it off of Betaflight. That's why the first time it was because I needed to go to Amsterdam and be able to kill quads and put it in pit mode at the same time, and that shit would not work with Flight 1. So all the Flight 1 stacks that I was running at that time, I had to flash over to Betaflight, and I liked how everything flew, and so I just kept flying everything on Betaflight. I would I don't know how to say your thing. Slide B FPV. What that sounds like is a desync, which probably my guess would be that you've got a motor about to go out or an ESC that's about to go out. And if it's falling out like that, what I would do is just hover it, line of sight in front of yourself, and like do a full punch of throttle, but like not to the moon, just like bounce it with a high punch. And what you're going to see is it'll do a little dip towards one of the corners if you've got a motor or an ESC that's on its way out, and you know that it's like that corner. Now that's one way to see it, like line of sight, if you're kind of good at that. If you are not great at that, what I would say to do is turn on black box recording, go fly, and just do a full throttle punch out for a second, right? Just to the moon and then come back. And then go into the OS or to the black box viewer thing and play it back and watch with the throttle show the motor commanded speed, like the commanded power for all 4 motors, and show the throttle position, and watch when you go full throttle. And what you'll see in the case, if it's a motor or ESC going out, is you will see all 4 motors will get commanded to full, and then it'll pull 3 of them down. And one, it's going to be telling to go full, and the other 3, it'll be saying like 60 or 70%. And the reason is that one isn't really making full power, and so they're having to depower all the others. And the quad, unfortunately, doesn't learn from that. Like the first time you punch out, it has to readjust every time it tries to command full power. It's like, give me full power. Oh, it doesn't really give full power. And what'll happen is when you stop sharply or start sharply on a flip or a roll, that motor won't spin up fast enough. It'll do something unexpected, and it'll just fall out of the sky because it'll like anti-TAS mode, etc. I hope that answers your question. All right, well, I think that's kind of winding it down for the night. I just wanted to hop on here for about an hour or so, let you guys know that Popcorn and Props is coming back Sunday night. I might post like a poll or something on Facebook to figure out when it works best for everybody, whether we should do it at 8 p.m. or 10 p.m. on Sunday. So Popcorn and Props is coming back. Part 107 is coming back. If you want to sign up for my Part 107 specialty course with the weekly streams and the one-on-one help with you passing your Part 107 course, getting your Part 107 certification, that is over on Patreon as well. It's $50 a month. Sign up on the 1st, so you only pay it for the 1 month, and we'll get you all the way through your Part 107 certification within that month, I promise. What else? Part 107, that stuff. Oh yeah, Stinger Swarm builds built by me, tuned by me, tested by me, set up exactly like I fly. Those are available for order as well. I've only got 2 of them left, and nobody's claimed the one that's going to be in the tune video. So if you want the exact quad that I'm going to fly in my upcoming build and tune video, hit me up on Facebook or Instagram and get on it, because it's still available. 2 more to go, and then I will be doing another round really soon, because I was able to sell 3 of them just off of the Instagram post, so I fully expect to sell some more. So let me know if you're interested in that. I'm going to show that. Show it. Show it. All right. All right. Anyways, I think that about wraps it up. So I'm going to hop off here and go hang out and maybe play me some more Switch. Maybe try to beat Critwell's level. What the hell? I hope you guys have a good night, and I will catch you all on Sunday. All right. Later. Boom.